Are you tired of feeling stuck in a certain area of your life, whether it is career or an area in your personal life? Maybe you're not feeling as confident as you would like. Maybe the opportunities that you're seeking just always seem out of reach. Maybe your communication and connection with people that you work with and or your close relationships just are not connecting. You're not feeling that connection. Okay, so when me too, I'm sick and tired of feeling stuck in certain areas of my life. So what do I do when I'm feeling like, okay, this is not the outcome that I wanted? What I do is I look within. All right, introspection, the art of introspection is so powerful, yet so many of us don't do it. And why would that be? Because it is uncomfortable. It's so much easier, we think, but it's actually not, because it keeps us stuck and then we're uncomfortable. But to finish my sentence there, it can feel or seem so much easier to look outside of ourselves and blame someone else, point the finger at, well, they did this, well, they didn't do this, well, they always do this, well, they never do this. Well, what is the common denominator there? It is you. And in my case, of course, it is me. And even if somebody is not giving us the opportunities that we feel like we deserve, or not treating us with the consideration that we feel like we deserve, that we treat them with, well, what can we do about that? We only have control. You only have control over yourself. So what I strongly encourage, energetically encourage others to do, you to do, if you're, for whatever is not quite right, working out the way that you want in your life or in your career, take a look at yourself and first start by paying attention to the emotion. Emotions, especially the positive emotions, the negative emotions, they're there for a reason to guide us in the right direction. This feels great. I'm excited about this, or I'm curious about this. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to explore here. That's the first step. Paying attention to the emotion, letting it exist and expand, getting curious about it, and then from that curiosity or excitement, the first step comes in. You don't even have to look for it. It will pop right into your head. It is so amazing. This is your intuition. This is how amazing you are, because you have intuition, you have instincts that are there to guide you in the right direction. The problem that we run into, which can make life so uncomfortable and painful and challenging, is that we don't listen to our instincts. And so the same way with your negative emotions, when something feels really, really bad, this is showing up maybe even as a trigger, which can feel super strong and uncomfortable for a reason. Because until we discover the problem, it's not going to get solved. In order to find the antidote, we have to first discover what the infliction is. What's the real problem? We can't give the wrong medicine to the problem, because then it's just going to get bigger, right? And so the only way to really discover what the real issue is to look at it. Sit with the discomfort, let the feeling exist, let it expand, and see if you can label the emotion. Labeling your emotions helps you, and it's not as easy as it sounds. Sometimes we have to search for it. But when you put this practice into play and into part of your everyday practice, and it becomes easier. And why is it important to label your emotions? Because it's going to help you better understand yourself. And the better you understand yourself, then you can give yourself what it is you need. And that, again, is going to help make your life and your career path easier, because you are trusting your instincts. So when those uncomfortable emotions are showing up, you really want to pay attention. And again, just like the positive emotions that can guide us in the direction that I like to say, lead with what lights you up. So then you're doing more of what lights you up, and then the things that you want, success, flows to you more naturally, with greater ease and less obstacles, because you're going in the right direction. Whenever we're going in the wrong direction, it's going to feel wrong. It's going to feel bad. We're going to encounter more and more and more obstacles because we're on the wrong path, and we need to switch, and sometimes we go a certain way to learn a bunch of things that we needed. So now we're equipped, and then we discover the new direction, and then, this feels right, and now I'm ready. So sometimes that uncomfortable struggle can be part of the necessary process. But the struggle can become less painful, and less time can be involved when you pay closer attention to your emotions and how you're feeling. So those uncomfortable emotions, this is circling back to looking within when things are not going the way that you want in a certain area of your life. Well, why might that be? rather than looking outside of yourself, you want to look within yourself. And it's uncomfortable, but it's super powerful because the only thing that you have control over is yourself. And that means you're creating, and that's a good thing because you're creating your life. So if something is not going well, you created that, and accepting that responsibility is empowering because it lets you know that you can create change. And the only way you're going to do that is to look within. So if something isn't feeling quite right, you're feeling stuck in whatever area, your career, relationships, whatever, look within yourself and see if you can identify a pattern. I first identify the emotion, and then you'll see the pattern that is likely, showing up and holding you back. And there's likely going to need to be some pattern disruption, which is going to involve changing your perspective, which sounds like a lot of work, but it's really just looking at things differently. If you're on top of a building looking down versus standing on the street looking up, what you see is completely different, and that changes things, right? So it can be that simple. And if you just start to get curious, if this is a new practice for you or something that maybe you've already been implementing this and you just need a reminder, like I have to remind myself too. But if this is a new practice for you, take comfort in that awareness creates change. So the moment you become aware of, oh, you know what, this behavior is not serving me. This belief system is not serving me. This pattern is not serving me. Why have I been holding back here? Let me get to the root of that. And even if I'm scared, let me just choose something different and see what happens. And then that new something different becomes your new perspective. So awareness creates change. And just the moment that you become aware, you are already starting to create big shifts, and it creates a ripple effect. So one little shift is going to create a massive ripple effect, and you can easily, I don't know if it's easy, but I was going to say you can easily start to change and or create the life that you want for yourself and or the career that you want for yourself. So I hope that helped. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, I invite you to please like and subscribe, and you can help me grow the channel and of course stay updated on my next video.